Greg Caggiano here from Ghosts on the Coast. We are at the Porosy Park Nature Conserve, and we're here actually to promote our upcoming documentary, our latest haunted history, called In the Shadows of Marl Pit Hall. I think by now you've probably seen our posts on Facebook and Instagram promoting this documentary, and now you're probably wondering, well, what would we be doing here at Porosy Park, because this is clearly not Marl Pit Hall. Well, there actually is a connection between both sites. The field behind me was the site, actually just a few feet away from where I'm standing, was the site of a murder back in 1780. A local patriot named Joseph Murray. He was plowing his field, and he was approached by three men that came out of the woods right over there. They shot at him. He fell to the ground wounded, and in particularly brutal fashion, they approached him with bayonets and they stabbed him to death to finish the job. Now, was this a seemingly random act of violence during the American Revolution when so many people were split between loyalist and patriot? The answer to that is probably not. And the connection to Marl Pit Hall is that the owner, Edward Taylor, who was a staunch and prominent loyalist, actually had a beef with Joseph Murray, because in 1780, Murray was involved in several raids, including one on the home of Edward Taylor, which is Marl Pit Hall, a few minutes away from here, where he stole a horse from Taylor. And it has been alleged all these years that Taylor orchestrated the killing of Joseph Murray. Now, we don't know who the gunmen were who actually did the murder, and we don't know for sure that it was Taylor who actually orchestrated the killing, but most historical consensus is that is the case. So, on our paranormal investigation, we asked the spirits, we were looking for Edward Taylor to see who killed Joseph Murray. That was the question I had among the many questions that our group had. But for me, always interested in this, that's always been a pressing concern for me. Who killed this farmer out in his field? Now, in order to look at the dynamic of the situation, it's very easy for us to say, well, Murray was, he was completely innocent. He was just plowing his field and they came out and they killed him. But you got to realize we all grow up, especially here in New Jersey, with the history of the American Revolution, and that all patriots are good and all British and loyalists are bad. And that is not usually the case. This was retaliation for something that Murray had done. And if we look back throughout history, horse theft has been seen as a very severe offense. So not that Murray deserved it. No, not at all. But this was not just a random act of violence. And so when we do our investigation at Marl Pit Hall, what you're going to see in the next few weeks as we post this video, we are going to ask the spirits to try to get some confirmation. Did Edward Taylor order the murder of Joseph Murray? And maybe we can even get some identities of who did the killing. Greg Caggiano here from the Porosy Park Nature Conserve, also the Murray Farmhouse, which was Murray's home, located a few hundred feet away from the murder site. Be on the lookout for our next haunted history documentary, In the Shadows of Marl Pit Hall, coming to YouTube. And if you follow us on Facebook and Instagram, you will see when that is coming.